Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. And the Houston Rockets get a win, a huge win against the Detroit Pistons, 117-114, and a pretty nice fourth quarter comeback down several points. And what a team game by the Houston Rockets tonight. I mean, you had five players with over double digits, and you had a lot of players that were close to double digits as well. I mean, about every player that touched this game besides Ty Washington, and Ty Washington only played 4 minutes, was very near to double digits. So this was a great scoring night for this Houston Rockets basketball team tonight without their three best players, without Sengun, without Jalen Green, without Kem Porter Jr., Steven Silas, not for the coach tonight. And don't get too excited, Rockets fans. He has not been fired. He's just at his father's memorial service, who sadly passed away. What was that, a month ago or something? Maybe a month ago or three and a half weeks ago or something like that. So yeah, he was not our coach today, and I know Steven had to be at his father's thing today, but this doesn't look good for him because both games that the Rockets have been without Steven Silas this season, John Lucas as the head coach, 2-0. Rockets beat one of the best teams in the NBA when John Lucas came in, when Steven Silas' father did pass away about a month ago or so. When his father first passed away, the Rockets matched up against the Bucks, and Steven Silas was not with the team. The Rockets matched up against a healthy Bucks team and beat the Milwaukee Bucks, and I think they had some players missing as well, with an amazing win, and led the Bucks to only like 94 points or something like that. Now you match up against a Pistons team who might be horrible, yes, but now you're without Jalen Green, you're without Sengun, you're without KPJ, and you get a win. I don't know. Steven Silas' job was already on the hot seat. Now John Lucas has been a success when he's been our head coach. In 2 games this season, that is a little risky for Steven Silas. So let's get into the scoring for the Rockets. The Rockets had 5 double figures, but 3 starters. Eric Gordon with 24 points. Horrible 3-point shooting night for Gordon, but great game for him driving-wise and drawing fouls. Made 7 free throws, 7 for 7. Well, 4 of those free throw shots was at the end. And then 8 for 17, only hit 1 3, and then had 7 assists as well. So good night for Gordon. He was the Rockets' leading scorer. Rockets another horrible 3-point shooting night, 8 for 27. The Rockets have hit 18 threes in the last 3 games. So that is awful. Tari Eason with 16 points and 10 rebounds. He was 1 for 3 from 3, and he had 10 rebounds, like I said, and 2 steals. So great game from Tari. KJ Martin with 15 points and 13 rebounds. He had a double-double as well, 1 assist and 1 block. And those were the only starters with double figures. The Rockets' 2 other starters, Jabari Smith, had 7 points but had a great game with 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks, and 2 assists. He had some key plays defensive-wise in this game, some huge blocks. And yes, Jabari didn't have a great offense tonight. 0 for 3 shooting, 3-point shooting night, 2 for 12 shooting night. Awful shooting night for Jabari. But he kind of showed some of those defensive things that the Rockets drafted him. Yes, he's a good offensive player, but he's also a good defensive player, and he showed those reasons tonight with 3 blocks, huge blocks at huge moments for the Houston Rockets tonight. And then the other starter, I always give him some hate, because he plays awful most of the time, and he didn't do that great tonight, but he did some decent things. Daishawn Nix with 9 points, 4 assists, hit 2 threes for the Rockets, had probably one of his best games of the season, and just looked better. Players off the bench for the Rockets tonight, leading scorer off the bench was Jae'Sean Tate with 13 points, 6 for 10, 1 for 1 at the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and he was the leading scorer for the Rockets. Then Josh Christopher, 11 points. He hit a 3-pointer. That's good for Josh, making him feel better. I mean, he's been shooting awful from 3 this year. It's like 2 for, 28 or something like that. And he took 3 of them tonight, made 1 in. Has to feel good for Josh with being, in such a shooting slump recently on the 3-point shot. Good for Josh. 11 points for him tonight. Then the 2 other players that were close to double figures for the Rockets tonight was Usman Garuba and Bruno Fernando. These 2 guys stepped up big tonight without Alperen Sengun. They were the two main centers for the Rockets. I mean, Jabari was playing some center, but then they were playing center as well. Usman had 8 points, 6 rebounds. Great game for him. Hasn't been playing as of recent. He hit 2 threes a night. Haven't seen him do that in a while. He's had a great three-point shooting season for him, and then he was 3 for 3 overall. So Grubo with 8, and then Fernando was 7 and 3 rebounds and 1 assist for Bruno. So great game for all of them. And then also Garrison Matthews had 5 points. He hit 1 3. And then Ty Washington had 2 points in only 4 minutes. Şengün was out with a non-COVID illness, and then Boban Marjanovic was a DNP. Leading scorer for the Pistons was Alec Burks. He had a great game, hit 6 threes, 21 points for the Pistons. And then Bogdanovic with 18 and 16 for Jaden Ivey and 15 for Diallo off the bench. Great win for the Rockets. This doesn't hurt the Rockets draft-wise because, yes, these two teams have horrible records, but the Rockets with the win still have the worst record in the NBA and still would have the best odds to – well, they wouldn't have the best odds because – the 3 worst teams in the NBA have the best odds. All of the following 3 worst teams in the NBA, the 3 worst teams in the NBA, all have a 14% chance to get the first overall pick. So it doesn't really change. So it doesn't really matter what if you're the first if you're the worst team in the NBA. It doesn't really matter as long as the Rockets are at least a third. A top 3 worst team in the NBA, so they can get a 14% chance of getting the first overall pick. So Rockets get a win without their 3 best players tonight, and also without their 3 best players and their head coach, and 2-0 for John Lucas when he's been under coach. If Steven Silas comes back from his head coach, if Steven Silas comes back whenever they play their next game, they play their next 2 games against the Thunder. If you come back and you lose those 2, I think that could be it for Steven Silas. I would, mark these next 2 games against the Thunder as a potential firing for Steven Silas, and especially if, after John Lucas has been 2-0, Steven Silas comes back and they lose badly to the Thunder, could be it for Steven Silas. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Rockets get a huge win. Gordon has 24. Both KJ and Tari. And Jabari didn't have a double-double, but both KJ and Tari both had nice double-doubles in this one, and Tate had 13 points for the Rockets. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out. Go Rockets.